So today I have a call with an individual who's looking to sell on Amazon, another Amazon FBA seller, and I think he has some advice on whether he should own it, his family should own it, and what kind of entity structure he should use. So let's get to the call.
Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up.
It's Maz, right?
Haven't done my taxes, I'm
Yes,
too
correct. That's Maz.
Okay, awesome. So where are you calling from today?
Yeah, so I am a Californian resident and basically wanted to set up an LLC, but for Amazon FBA basically.
Okay, and you live in
mostly-
California?
Yeah, but I will be in California, but mostly people are done. I won't be doing anything. It's mostly done by people in Pakistan. So like partners or my family. So it's only probably I will be just financing them. Then that's pretty much.
So are you, okay, so I understand you're gonna do Amazon FBA. Do you want it? So this is a good question. So, you have two options. You can open the LLC and take pay taxes on all the profits and take the losses if there are any on your personal return. Or another option is have one of your family members open an LLC and operate that way, and then not pay tax on anything in the U.S.
Yeah, so so the way we want it is it probably won't be a single member LLC. It needs to be two, like one would be working one and one probably from my family, right? So is the whole description that you mentioned 5472 single member LLC, can all this be done for two members LLC which are like foreigners?
It's different. If there's two members who are foreigners, you have to file Form 1065, which is a partnership return.
Yep, but still, do we have to pay taxes?
As-
Whatever ruling is for 5472 is for 10065 as well, or no?
As long as there's no U.S. person and there's no U.S. business done and there's nothing in the U.S., then there would be no taxes to pay in the U.S. That's the position that we take.
Okay, that's good. And so how you want us to set up an LLC? Like, should I be the registered agent, or I should not be at all involved?
I would keep you not involved at all, especially because it's your family. And if
Yeah.
it gets really big, then the IRS could consider this, like tell them that you just did this to avoid taxes or something like that, especially because you're helping finance it. So I would do it in a separate state, again, because it's cheaper. Use a registered agent and do it all with the family members, without you really being involved, other than the money and maybe decisions or whatever.
Oh, okay. Okay, then we should not be like set it up as a Californian LLC at all.
I mean, I wouldn't. California is a much more aggressive state in terms of sales taxes and income taxes and everything. California is really aggressive, so I would use a different state if you don't need to. If you're not going to be in it, there's no reason for you to use a California LLC.
Okay, sounds good. So do you guys recommend or how do we set it up the LLC? Like any website other than and how basically for an LLC, how can you open without a US person? If
Well, that's we have that service that we provide. If you wanted it done more of in like a turnkey manner, if you want it, like all of it done for you, all your questions answered, done the right way and set up, then we can help with that. If you want to just go and do it yourself, then you can use whatever. I mean, I don't endorse any website over the other.
Okay.
But you can use one of those other websites and set it up that way. Getting an EIN right now might be difficult, but it can still be done. There's still ways to do it.
Okay, so yeah, okay, definitely. Then we will consult with your services. What would be the process? Because definitely 10065 we will be filing with you.
Yeah. Yeah. So the tax form is very important to file on time and correctly. Our service for setting up the company and everything, that's we do it. We really do it all. So we let you use We register the company. We put the documents together for the owners, the partnership agreements, and any other documents that are required. We get the tax ID for the company. We can get an ITIN for one of the owners as well, and that's right just for now included in the package, which is something that we usually don't. It's not included in the base package. We let you use our address. We have videos and content explaining how to open digital bank accounts and payment processors. I also share my WhatsApp phone number if you have any questions going forward, so I can help you with any questions you have. And that's really it. We do it. We set it up for you without very many questions and very much input from your side.
Okay, that's perfect. I think definitely that should be. And how long will it take to set up the LLC? Like 2 weeks, 10 weeks?
No, it should take 2 weeks or less to have what you need to start.
Okay, perfect.
The only thing that's really delayed is the ITIN applications.
And ITN we only need probably next year, right? Not this year.
It depends what you might need it for Amazon. You might need it for different things. What's interesting is that you could probably use your tax ID to get to instead of an ITIN for your family if you wanted to be involved in like a very, very limited capacity. But it's better if you have your family have ITINs and have them do everything in their names.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. But and how will we open the Amazon account, because they will need someone from the US? So I still have to sign up and basically upgrade it to LLC, which they set it up.
Yeah, I would recommend you use our address or an address outside of California. We're in Miami, where there's no personal income tax. In Florida, well, I would recommend you use a non-California address. And if you have to use your social to get started on Amazon, the good thing about the ITIN is we can always change it later. So we can always change it. I'm not actually 100% sure you can change it with Amazon, but I'm sure it makes sense that you would be able to. So I don't want to say 100% that you can, but I believe you can. And you can change it when we get the ITINs for whichever one of your family members we apply for.
Yes, but the way Amazon required to set up an account is individual account. I think they probably need an individual account initially. I'm not 100% sure, but when I looked at it, it says individual account, and that you can upgrade it to LLC, or maybe there is a way directly you should be able to form an LLC as well. I need to verify that, but I assume that should be possible too.
Well, the LLC is formed on the outside. Amazon doesn't form LLCs.
No, basically I'm talking about the account, Amazon account.
Oh yeah, you might need an Amazon account. That's on my to-do list this week, is do some videos on registering Amazon accounts.
Directly with the LLC, or you need an individual account first that needs to be upgraded to LLC, or no?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll look forward for your videos then.
Yeah, I don't think I have any videos on that, but I need to make videos on that this week. Was the plan.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's something I'll look forward. And so there's probably one last question is, so the interpretation that we are seeing is very aggressive interpretation, that we don't need to pay taxes. We need to pay taxes on our income.
I think the only aggressive interpretation is, I don't think anything's really aggressive. I think it's pretty laid out in the tax code. And I think I go over it in pretty good detail in some of my videos as to why two people who are selling on Amazon don't need to pay taxes in the US, because they have nothing here. They're not doing any business here. They're just using technology that's that's owned by a company that's set up here in the US. They're not really doing anything in the US. So that's a big picture view of the position that we take. And then we also have code sections to support it, as well as IRS case studies that we've been relying on based on radio since for 30 or 40 years. So there's been no cases that have ruled this improper. There have been no cases that say this is not allowed or this is wrong. The only thing is that I think is going to be challenged at some point is whether having Amazon hold your inventory counts as having assets in the US. So that's something I think will be challenged eventually, but it hasn't been challenged yet.
Yeah, I think that's the concern, that this is Amazon seller may still engage in a US trade or a business. So IRS may eventually reject it sometime. There is no case. Yes, I think you're correct that there is no case so far, but there could be.
Yeah, there could be in the future, and if that ever happens, we need to switch something. We could elect the company to be taxed as a corporation or change something like that.
Okay. Okay, but as of now, we should not be worrying about we should not be worrying about it. Then when they come after us, they should impose heavy penalties. Like
You'll probably be fine for now. You're not the only, it's not like you're the only person doing this. The IRS doesn't have the resources to tax every non-resident Amazon FBA seller. It's just too much of an endeavor right now. They might pick a couple examples and go from there. And there's some people doing really, really well with this method, making hundreds of millions of dollars Amazon FBA and without paying taxes in the U.S. So I think as a startup, you don't have very much to worry about now. If once you start making a couple $1 million a year doing Amazon FBA, then maybe you want to be more conservative.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Definitely, yeah. Okay, I think then that sounds perfect. Okay, I'll shoot you an email for setting up the public LLC and documents like that are required.
Okay, yeah, we don't need very much, just like the name of the company, the names of the people, and a passport.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
Okay, great. So do you have any other questions for me? This was a really pretty straight to the point call. I guess you had your questions pretty prepared.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay, thank you so much.
Pretty much great.
I'll wait for your email. Okay, bye. Okay, I think that call went really well. Very quick, very straight to the point. This guy lives in the U.S. and he wants his family to own his LLC and operate everything so that he doesn't have to report anything here, especially because he's not really going to be involved. So I think that's going to work out well for him. If you have any, what do you think about it? Please comment below and let me know what you think. If you liked the video, you thought it was helpful and it was a short video, please leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps. And also, unrelated to this, we're finishing up our book on how to immigrate to the United States without paying additional taxes. And it's a book that's coming out. And if you're interested in getting this book about immigrating to the U.S., it's really about pre-immigration tax planning. Then we're giving out Kindle versions of it right away. Once it's done, it's going to be done very soon. Comment below if you're interested in this, if you want to if you want to read the book, if you're interested in this at all, and I'll continue to share updates about this as the book should be coming out very soon. So again, please like, it really helps. Please subscribe, it helps. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, everyone.